Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to Toyota Field. Josh Carey with you, joined alongside Chris Harris. Back in Mission Command running the boards is Daniel Williams. We also want to welcome those of you watching on 31.6 Way More Television, as well as those of you in Southern California on ABTV as we get ready for tonight's game between Rocket City and Knoxville. And for the Trash Pandas today, Chris, they're going to turn to one of their top hurlers in the Angel system, and that is Nate Sneed.
Yeah, Nate Sneed will make his 10th start at the AA level after getting off to a great start for High A Tri-City. And for Nate, he's been really good. Of course, a former Angels draft pick that came up last year and was drafted in 2025, but this year has made his way into the full season clubs. And we've seen some ups, we've seen some downs for him, but the former College World Series star at Tennessee was tremendous over the first couple of starts. Last time out was his shortest outing. We'll see if he can bounce back. But part of this great starting rotation that we see here in Rocket City, got a chance to see Austin Gordon on Thursday, Joel Hurtado yesterday, and now Nate Sneed, who's the number 14 prospect for the Angels.
Sneed leads the troops out onto the field, and with that, we're ready for the national anthem. Let's take it to the field where performing tonight's national anthem is Mary Da Silva.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombers in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
That was Mary Da Silva with our national anthem, and with that, we are ready to go. Trash Pandas and Smokies, game 5 of 6 this week between the top two teams in the Southern League's Northern Division. Here's the starting lineup for the Smokies, who come in at 51-43 on the year. They are 13-12 in the second half. Alex Ramirez is going to lead things off patrol center field. He has been great this week, 7 of 17 for the series. Jefferson Rojas will bat second. He's the designated hitter. In the 3 position, Andy Garriola. He's had a good week. He'll bat third and play left. He's 5 of 13 for the series. Carter Trice snapped that 0 for 27 spell with a couple of hits, including the game-winning homer yesterday. He'll bat cleanup and play right. Hitting 5th will be Ariel Armas. He'll do the catching. Ethan Hearn is in the 6th spot. He's over at first base. Carson Seamus will bat 7th. He's over at short. Hitting 8th will be your second baseman, Ed Howard. And in the 9th spot will be the third baseman, Alex Madera. The defense for the Trash Pandas, left to right, Flint, Rowdy Rodriguez, and Calabrese. Third to first, Monroe, McCroskey, Nick Rodriguez, and Bartolero. Behind the plate, Flores, and again on the hill, Nate Sneed. 5th round pick out of the University of Tennessee, 2-5 on the year, a 5.12 ERA. He will get the start today after coming off of well, frankly, a dreadful performance on Sunday at Birmingham, where he only went 2 1/3 innings, allowed 4 earned runs on 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 5 in a 7-3 loss. Here are your umpires behind the plate. Calling the balls and strikes is the crew chief, Rafael Pineda. At first is John Miller, and your third base umpire is Leanna Ricks. Fans want to remind everyone that at AFIX, we're the Tennessee Valley's premier commercial grounds experts. From routine maintenance to full landscape design build, irrigation, hardscapes, and sodding, we handle it all. Find out more at afix.com. Throw goes down to second, and we are set to go as Ramirez will stand in and lead things off. 285, 12 homers, and 64 driven in. It's going to be very important that Rocket City keeps him down tonight. Once he gets going, the rest of the lineup tends to follow for Knoxville. And again, he's 7 of 17 with a couple of homers for the series.
Well, Ramirez has had the big series, but Nate Sneed, a right-hander who features a fastball. He throws it kind of like a sinker, gets a lot of ground balls, throws a cutter, and a very slow curveball.
First pitch by Sneed, fastball. There's a strike. It's 0-1. First pitch at 6:36. We're playing under overcast skies. It's mild, about 80 degrees at first pitch. We had a torrential downpour late this morning, but fortunately it looks like the rain is done for the day as the fastball is away. And it goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sneed, even though he played at Tennessee, he's out of Milwaukee. Grew up a big Brewers fan. As the fastball is swung and lifted into center. Easy play for Rowdy Rodriguez, who saunters in. And a good start to the ball game as Ramirez flies out to center. 1 away for Jefferson Rojas, 274, 14 homers, and 55 driven in. As a routine flyout gets us underway. Of course, go ahead.
Fastball for Sneed. It can get up to 97 or so, but mostly in that 94 to 96 range. And does throw a changeup. Doesn't throw it that often, but you'll see mainly that fastball, cutter, curveball combination.
First pitch. And it's 1-0 to Rojas, who comes into play at 5 of 16 for this series. He's one of the top prospects in the Cubs system. A lot of people think he's a untouchable as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline for Chicago. Backhanded by McCroskey. 1-hop throw. Nice play. 2 out. He did the right thing there. He sort of awkwardly backhanded that ball, and he was off balance as he made the throw. Wisely, he took a long hop to Bartolero, and it made it an easy play for Caleb.
Looking at one of the top shortstops in minor league baseball, probably would be in the top half of defensive shortstops in the big leagues if he was there. We get spoiled every night getting to watch him play.
Here's Garriola now, 257, 18 homers, 63 driven in. 1-0 on the right-handed hitter, Garriola. He's had a good week. He was a little on the downside when he came into this series, but he has a homer and 4 RBI. As it's 2-0. That one missed just off the plate. Sneed played volleyball in high school, of all things. Don't hear of that too often. As it goes to 2-1. In fact, he was quite the volleyball player. Got some Division III offers coming out of high school, but needless to say, baseball won out when it came to his college choices. And it goes to 3 balls and a strike on the right-handed hitter. Sneed, like any young pitcher, he's been up and down in his first foray into Double-A. Going to go to 3-2, but when he's on, he's about as good as anybody.
He's gone with a lot of those cutters. Kind of shows up like a slider. It has the same type of shape as a slider, but it'll be in that upper 80s range, which that cutter's got some great movement to it.
Payoff pitch lobbed into left center. That's going to get down for a hit and skip by Flint and go to the wall. Around first, Garriola headed to second. He'll stop there with a double, and I think if Tucker has to do that again, he plays it on a hop. From up here, it didn't look like he had a real shot at the ball. Came up just short, and a runner at second with 2 away for Carter Trice. So a little 2-out thunder here by the Smokies, and Trice will stand in, 251 with 12 homers and 44 driven in. Wind is blowing out toward left field at about 10 miles an hour.
Good to see some blue skies. I think for sure the overcast, the rain's cooled things off here in North Alabama.
It has been sweltering the last several weeks. First pitch. And it's 1-0 on Trice, who again snapped out of an 0-for-27 slump last night with 2 hits, an RBI double, and the game-winning home run, which came in the 8th inning.
That's one thing this Trash Pandas team's had a tough time with lately, and that's keeping the ball in the ballpark.
Hit foul at home plate. What was the stat? At 21 of the last 33 runs against Rocket City have been via the homer.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's starting from last Friday.
Right, since the All-Star break, and I think it has a little bit to do with who you're playing and some teams that really rely on that home run ball, but you also have to make and hit your spots. Keep the ball down.
Slice foul off to the right. 1-2 and a chance here for Sneed to wrap up the inning. He had Garriola down, couldn't finish him off. We'll see if he can do it against Trice. He stands in out of Richmond, Virginia, went to Old Dominion. One of the better kept secrets when it comes to college baseball at the mid-major level. Got him. On the outside corner, a fastball, he painted it. Bottom of the first inning, it was Knoxville coming up empty in the top half, and now the Trash Pandas head to the plate with a record of 47-46 overall, 12-13 for the second half. Nick Rodriguez leading it off, playing second base, 279, 3 homers and 46 driven in. And he takes the first pitch, fastball for a strike. It's 0-1 against Brooks Capel, 3-2, a 3.44 ERA. Rodriguez 3 of 15 for the series, followed by Rowdy Rodriguez, who bats second and plays center. Jake Monroe in the 3 spot at third. Sent into deep left, but moving toward the line, Garriola. One away as Rodriguez gives it a ride, but flies out to left. One out for Rowdy Rodriguez, 277, 12 homers, 42 driven in. Fans, get all your Trash Pandas gear online at shoptrashpandas.com or in the store at the Junkyard Team store at Toyota Field or the Trash Panda store located on Hughes Road. Rowdy 3 of 16 for the series. And he rolls the first pitch up the middle. Left of second is Howard, the second baseman. Long throw to first is in time. 2 quick outs in the first inning for Jake Monroe, the third baseman, and even 300, a homer, and 14 driven in. The rest of the lineup, Tucker Flint bats cleanup and plays left. Caleb Bartolero in the 5 spot at first. Juan Flores will hit 6 and do the catching. David Calabrese, 3 singles in the series. He'll hit 7th and play right. Elijah Dunham, he's 3 of 5 for the series. He'll hit 8th and be the designated hitter. Mac McCroskey bats 9th. He is at short. And the first pitch popped up into right. Trice on the move, and out goes the first baseman. Making the over-the-shoulder catch is Hearn in foul territory as Monroe pops up to first and Top of the Northrop Grumman second inning, no score as duo for the Smokies, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, Armas, Hearn, and Seamus. Fans, it was Marco's Pizza that fed the Trash Pandas front office today. Why is Marco's Pizza so good? Well, it's the ingredients. Fresh dough made daily in the store, a special blend of 3 freshly shredded cheeses, 6 Marco's Pizza locations in the Madison and Huntsville area. As the first pitch is a broken bat roller to third, to his left Monroe, off balance throw to first is in time. 1 pitch, 1 out as the 207 hitting Armas, a homer and 20 RBI, grounds out to third base. 6 Marco's Pizza locations in the Madison and Huntsville area. Order for delivery, pick it up in the store or at the drive-thru window. Call or go to marcos.com. Marco's Pizza. Good play by Monroe.
Both teams playing like they got a hot date later tonight. A lot of early swings in the counts. And
well, we were talking between innings. It was a 4-pitch bottom of the first for Brooks Capel against Rocket City. As the pitch is high and away 1-0, and that kind of goes against the game plan of what Rocket City wants to do.
Well, the last couple of nights, well, yesterday especially, only 2 hits. It's been a really good offense here in the month of July. They've really swung the bat well. And coming into today, hitting .263 as a team, still averaging right around 9 hits. But yesterday was, just trying to figure out these starting pitchers as we take a look at Juan Flores there. Angels fans, that may be your catcher of the future.
1-2 as the pitch is fouled off.
But we'll see how it goes along. But I know with this right-hander on the hill for the Smokies, Brooks Capel, trying to sit on that fastball. I was a little disappointed to seeing Rowdy Rodriguez go after a first-pitch slider there. I don't think that was kind of the idea.
Here's the deal. If you haven't seen a guy before, you want to see as many pitches as possible. Staying at 1-2. Not just for yourself, but for the rest of your teammates. And if you're going up there, going after the first pitch, you're going to go into the second inning, and the middle part of your order is going to have no idea what to expect of this guy.
Especially when you're seeing someone for the first time.
Called strike 3. Curveball that nipped the very top shelf of the zone. Caught looking as Hearn. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Sneed. 2 outs in the second inning for Carson Seamus, 233 with 4 homers and 26 driven in.
Yeah, this curveball, something that Sneed has in his arsenal. You don't see the good 12-6er like that, but you see how it freezes Ethan Hearn there. And great start here for Sneed. Gave up that double, but he's looked really nicely, really able to locate his pitches well.
Missed inside with a curveball that time. It's 1-0. Started his career at Wichita State, his collegiate career, then transferred to Tennessee. Pitch is sliced foul off to the left, 1-1. I asked him, though, since he went to Tennessee, of course, he played under Tony Vitello. And I asked him, and of course, the Angels playing San Francisco this weekend. I asked him, how do you think Vitello will do as it goes to 1-2? And at the time I asked him that question, Tony was under a lot of pressure by the San Francisco media. How was he handling the clubhouse, things like that? And he said, hey, it's just going to take him time like it takes any player time to adjust as the ball is flared into right field for a base hit. 2-out single by Seamus. That was actually a good pitch by Sneed. In on the hands, but Seamus fought it off into right field. So 1 on with 2 out, and here's Ed Howard, a former first-round pick of the Cubs. 191 for the year, 2 home runs, and 8 driven in.
Sneed, like Christian Moore and pretty much everybody that plays for Tony Vitello, they love him, but everybody else seems to have a differing opinion.
1-0. Yeah, he does have a reputation, but if he's one of those guys where if he's on your side, boy, he'll have your back. Of course, he and Sneed and Christian Moore were teammates. Runner goes, pitch is fouled back. Good swing by Howard. 1-1. Christian actually gave Nate a little bit of the lowdown what to expect in the Angels organization when he was drafted last season. And, of course, they still stay in touch even today. Howard 1 for 4 in the series with a run scored. Fanned at that one and hit it right off the end of the bat, a little number up the first base line. It's 1-2.
That was a slider from Sneed. So we've seen the fastball, which has been 94 to 96, that cutter in the upper 80s, slider in the mid 80s, and then that mid 70s curveball. All in the first 2 innings now.
Sneed, sidestep delivery. And again, fighting it off is Howard. It will remain at a ball and 2 strikes. I tell you what, that slider was really impressive. When Howard hit at it, it was like a rolled up newspaper. And for anyone who remembers newspapers, it's like trying to hit a ball with a rolled up newspaper. It just flicked off the end of the bat. Wind blowing out toward left. Should be playable for Calabrese. And that will retire the side. Routine fly out to right by Howard. And the Smokies come up empty in the top of the Northrop Grumman second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left. Bottom of the second on its way, no score. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Knoxville. Fans, the mission at Northrop Grumman is to be at the forefront of technology and innovation, delivering superior capability in tandem with maximized cost efficiencies. The security solutions they provide help secure freedoms for our nation as well as those of our allies. Due up for the Trash Pandas, middle part of the order, Flint, Bartolero, and Flores against Brooks Capel, who retired the side in order in the first on 4 pitches, and fanning at the first offering is Flint, 0-1. Tucker, 244, 9 homers, 53 driven in. Squares the bunt, lays it down, third base side. They won't have a play. Beautifully done by Flint. That's in his arsenal. He doesn't do it very often because he's capable of knocking the ball out of the yard, but he'll lay one down from time to time, and that was a beauty.
Well, after that first inning, only 4 pitches. They were not expecting that at all. You watch the third baseman, Madera, he was playing back, so just something to shake up the rhythm after that quick first inning, and now got a runner on, nobody out.
Bartolero, 223, 3 homers, 20 driven in, the former Troy State product. One to 0 to him. Quickly, here's the defense for the Smokies. Left to right, Garriola, Ramirez, and Trice. Third to first, Madera, Simas, Howard, and Hearn. Behind the plate, Armas, and again on the hill, Brooks Capel. Fastball, cutter, changeup, curve, and sweeper for him. Right side and through for a hit. Hurdling the ball is Flint. He'll get to second and stop there. He looked like Jackie Joyner-Kersey out there getting over that baseball. Fortunately, it didn't hit him. He gets to second and a solid single for Bartolero.
Yeah, Caleb, a little bit of a funk before the All-Star break, but coming out of it, had that great series, 7 hits over the weekend in Birmingham, and has himself a base hit here.
Carl Lewis, eat your heart out. two on with no one out, and here is Flores. 236, 3 homers, 12 RBI. One of those home runs came earlier in this series. Right on right against the 20-year-old. He squares the bunt and he pops it up foul off the netting. It's 0-1. Perhaps a little surprise on that?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, youngster. Now, Angels fans, if you're watching the game on Thursday on ABTV, didn't get a chance to see Juan, but still in his first month at the AA level, we've seen the great, we've seen the bad at the plate, but the defense is where he is exceptional.
0-1, swinging, missing. It's 0-2. Threw him a sweeper that time, high and away. And sometimes, like any young hitter, maybe gets a little over anxious or overwhelmed in these big moment situations. Let's see if he can bear down here. Waiting on deck is David Calabrese.
Yesterday had a chance in the 7th inning to tie the game, and he was able to hit a sacrifice fly to center, which, sacrifice fly, what's with that? But being able to put the ball in play with 2 strikes and get that run in.
Got him. Put the fastball by him. Flores down on hacks. Strikeout number 1 for Capel. Fans, download the Trash Pandas Rewards app where you can become a member to earn points throughout the season for exclusive prizes. Scan the QR code and download the app to sign up now.
The thing is with Flores, he's hit 3 home runs.
Actually, I'm sorry, I read the wrong one, folks. Come enjoy live music from the Grateful Dead cover band Milltown and grab a limited edition Trash Pandas Grateful Dead t-shirt with the first ever post-game drone show at Toyota Field. My apologies, folks. It's 1-0, or pardon me, 0-1 to Calabrese. We're supposed to read the rewards app in the second, but apparently we changed that up. So anyway, Calabrese steps in. 3 of 7 for the series. All of those hits have been singles. At second. Out there. Even with the bobble by Seamus. 4-6-3. Howard to Seamus to Hearn. And an inning that started with so much promise goes by the wayside. For Rocket City in the Northrop Grumman second, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left. At the end of 2, no score. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Top of the 3rd inning, no score, Rocket City and Knoxville. Before we get to it, let's give our stations a chance to identify themselves. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Oh, and 1 to Alex Madera as the 3rd inning starts with a strike by Sneed. Madera, 230, no homers, and 9 driven in. Sneed, through the first 2, has allowed a single and a double, but he's also struck out 2. Madera, 3 hits in the series. I'm not sure if I had that on my bingo card entering. He's known for his glove more so than his bat. And it's 1-2. And again, for those of you joining us on Angels Television, Halos lost to the Giants earlier today, 9-2. 1 more game left in that series tomorrow. Monroe off the line at 3rd. Sent into left field. Over, though, Flint. 1 away as Madera flies out to left. Back to the top of the order, and Alex Ramirez, who flew out to center his first time up. Fans Defense Pest Solutions is a proud sponsor of Rocket City Trash Pandas Baseball. On a service you can trust to protect what matters most. That's Defense Pest Solutions. Coming up next inning, it'll be our sponsor inning. Charles Winter of the Convention and Visitors Bureau will be joining us as the first pitch is skied into center. In is Rowdy to make the catch, even though his cap came off. 2 quick outs for Sneed in the third as they are going up there hacking are the Smokies.
Yeah, both teams really. And one thing about Nate Sneed, too, that's built into his arsenal, of course, in the age of the pitch clock, everybody kind of works quicker than they used to, but he works extremely fast and tries to keep his opponents off balance, and he's doing that a lot here tonight.
Rojas rolled to short his first time. And it's 1-0 to him. Sneed mentioned his last time out. I think the frustrating thing for him on Sunday against Birmingham, couldn't locate his fastball, and that's your most rudimentary pitch. And once that went downhill, so did everything else. He walked 5 men in 2 1/3 innings. Count could even at a ball and strike. This is his first time facing Knoxville, by the way, as Mac McCroskey will jog over and pick up the loose ball. We got one more game left in this series. That'll be a 4:05 Central Time start tomorrow, and then we hit the road for 6 at Columbus. Clingstone's playing pretty good baseball. They're the Braves affiliate. Be an interesting week, too. A lot of trade rumors circling around Atlanta right now. 1-2 as Rojas comes up empty. Frankly, a lot of trade rumors around the Angels and the Cubbies as well. As Sneed looks to end the inning. Missed a little high with the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Good matchup here between Sneed and Rojas. Top respective prospects for each organization represented on these 2 teams going at it.
Missed with a curveball that time, 3-2. This is what we live for as minor league employees, is seeing matchups like this, because you know you're going to see it at the next level one day. Payoff pitch. Send it into left field. A rainmaker as going back is Flint. Comes in for several strides, puts it away, and 1, 2, 3 go the Smokies on 3 flyouts. Bottom of the 3rd inning, no score, Rocket City and Knoxville. Fans at AFIX, we're the Tennessee Valley's premier commercial grounds experts. From routine maintenance to full landscape design build, irrigation, hardscapes, and sodding, we handle it all. Find out more at afix.com. Dunham, McCroskey, and Nick Rodriguez all do up the 8, 9, and 1 hitters against Brooks Capel. And the first pitch is laced into left center field. Garriola can't get there. It'll split the gap. Dunham continues his good work as he'll motor into second with a leadoff double. His 4th hit of the series and 6 at-bats as he's been eating his Wheaties this week.
And he's earned himself a start in 3 consecutive ball games too. And saw him in the clubhouse earlier today and said, man, great to see you swinging. He said, I feel the best I've felt since I've been in Rocket City. Of course, spent his entire career in that Yankees organization. He had battled injury and now finally feeling good. He adds a nice little extra dimension to this club.
Tore an Achilles, missed all of last season in the Yankees organization and wound up with the Angels this year. Right on right as Dunham leads at second. They'll pinch in at the corners. Mack squares, and it's 0-1. By the way, Dunham 218, 2 homers, 12 driven in. Mack 214, 3 homers and 15 RBI.
Feels like a game that could be won with 2 or 3 runs, so trying to manufacture a run here would be nice.
And Mack has struggled this week, 0 of 11. Good stop by Armas on the pitch down and away. Not just 0 of 11, but 6 strikeouts as well. And for what it's worth, Mack leads the team in sacrifice bunts as well as it goes 1-1 on him.
We're having our Christmas in July tonight. Everybody's headshot a different Christmas. He's Ralphie from Christmas Story up there in the bunny costume.
Laid down beautifully to third. Madera. Covering is Howard. That'll be a sacrifice. That will go 5-4. Well done by Mack. Tried to do that a couple of nights ago and bunted it a little too hard. It resulted in a fielder's choice.
This is one thing just about every single day. Manager Joe Cruzel has the machine out there going through laying down bunts. Just the fundamentals you do in Little League, you still do it at this level just to perfect it.
Infield will play halfway as Rodriguez stands in. Dunham did go to third on that bunt. Nick going up there aggressively and swings at a changeup low. It's 0-1. Like you said, Chris, this might only take 2 or 3 runs to win tonight. You got to take advantage of the chances you're given. Rodriguez flew out to left his first time up. And he's quickly down 0-2. Now he's got to choke up. Nick 3 of 16 for the series. He does have an RBI. Rowdy Rodriguez waiting on deck.
Nick over 90 hits on the year. He and Rowdy, of course, have been the 2 mainstays at the top of this Rocket City lineup since Wade Meckler was promoted to Anaheim.
Laying off on the changeup that time was Nick. 1-2, and I really think Wade rubbed off on Nick a lot in his brief time here. You can see a lot of similarities in how they play the game.
Just grinders.
Climbing the ladder that time was Capel, going to go to 2-2. By the way, Capel, we haven't mentioned this, he's out of Gunter, Texas, went to Lamar University after spending a year at Stephen F. Austin, so he is very much a Texas kid, 9th round selection of the Cubs in 2024. That should get it done. Little up and out route made by Ramirez as he reels it in, and tagging up at third and scoring is Dunham. And it's 1-0. Nicely done by Nick Rodriguez, his 47th RBI of the year.
Get him on, get him over, and get him in. Old school baseball, but it produces a run even in 2026. Nice piece of hitting there by Nick.
Look at Ramirez, had to go up and out. Jerry Rice would be impressed. 2 away, here's Rowdy. Bounced to second his first time. He tries to bunt. Boy, a lot of bunts here in the early going by Rocket City as it's 1-0.
Once again, they start out Rowdy with a breaking pitch. That was a sweeper.
Two and 0 now. So first time through the order against Capel, Rocket City. They were able to produce 3 hits. One of them was a bunt single. The hardest hit ball, though, was the double by Dunham earlier this inning. 2-1 as Rowdy took a couple of pitches before going after that one. So Capel up to 25 pitches now. He last performed on the 18th of July at Montgomery. Went 4 shutout innings in that game, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. He walked 1. Got a no decision in that game, 2-1 as home plate umpire Rafael Pineda gets some more baseballs from the ball boy. going to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is also his first appearance against Rocket City. He wasn't called up to Knoxville until May the 8th. That was right after the Trash Pandas had wrapped up their most previous series against these guys in early May.
That was the first fastball that Rowdy has gotten so far today. Now at 2-2. See what he gets here.
Another fastball dribble to the mound. And that will retire the side. But Rocket City comes away with 1. It's earned as they do it on 1 hit. No errors in the inning. No one left on base. End of 3, 1-0 Trash Pandas. This is Trash Panda Baseball. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Rocket City with the lead on Knoxville. And 2 up for the Smokies. It'll be their 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Garriola, Trice, and Armas against Nate Sneed. And for those of you on radio, I'll keep you abreast of what's happening on the field, but I want to welcome in from the Huntsville CVB, Mr. Charles Winters, as the pitch misses high. 1-0. Charles, first off, thank you for joining me. You're an old veteran at this, and I've asked you this before, but I'll do it again. Tell us about the Huntsville CVB. I think a lot of people hear the name, but they might not know everything about what it is.
No, Josh, I understand and I appreciate it. The CVB is the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So we promote the whole community, Huntsville, Madison County, as a visitor destination and a meeting host.
Pitch is laced into center. Garriola will pick up his 2nd hit of the ball game. In fact, he has 2 of the 3 hits now for Knoxville, 1 on with no one out for Carter Trice. So here's Trice, who struck out looking his first time up. So what was it about the Trash Pandas that made you guys want to get involved with us?
Well, you know, it's community, and it's hard to be more community-minded than Rocket City Trash Pandas. You've got all-American game and wonderful facility and great folks. So
here's Trice. That's sent into right. Out goes Bartolero. Does he have room? No, he does not, off the extended netting. It's 0-1. So tell us, what are some of the things going on in the CVB this summer, and what can we look forward to this upcoming fall?
You know, we've got a lot of conferences coming up. We have sports activities and events. There's so much to see and do in the community. Everything that makes this community a great place to live also makes it a great place to visit. So we're thrilled with everything going on in the community.
It's 1-1 now to Trice. You know, when you talk about the growth of the community, immediately what I think of right now is Space Command coming and what that means to our population and our growth and things like that. How are you guys participating in that? Are you guys partnering with them in any ways? How's that working?
You know, we work with a wide variety of local planners and clients, if you will, who bring in meetings, conferences, trade shows. So yes, the Space Command, absolutely.
That one's sent into deep left. Flint going back. He's going to look up, and that one is going to be played off the wall. Karam's around at that funky angle. They're going to wave him. Here's the relay to the plate on a hop and plenty of time, and he's out. Wonderfully done. Great job by Flint. There's a little bit of a hard right angle there in left center field. That's where the ball went and caromed off that wall. He didn't lose his cool, did Flint, as he tracked the ball down off the fence. And a great relay to home by McCroskey. Good play on the short hop as well by Flores. That'll be a double for Trice. Garriola then is thrown out 7-6-2. And that'll be the first out of the fourth inning with Trice at second. Here's Ariel Armas, who rolled out to third, his first time up as Rocket City preserves its 1-0 lead. And it's 0-1. Well, you may bring us some good luck here. How about that play?
Hey, it's all about fundamentals, and you got to hit your cutoff man.
Exactly.
If you don't hit your cutoff man, you're not making that play. So great teamwork by the Trash Pandas.
I got to ask you, a baseball guy, did you play baseball?
I played baseball some in my youth.
As it goes to no balls and 2 strikes. Any upcoming, I asked you about what's coming up in the fall, but any other events that you want to promote or push that are coming up?
Well, this is the actual final day of the Rocket City Space Fest. It is to commemorate Huntsville, Madison County's position as the premier, the birthplace of the U.S. space program. So this was the very first year, and I know that we can look forward to.
Up the middle, almost caught Sneed, but behind second is Rodriguez, who makes the throw to first in time for out number 2. Second to third goes Trice, and a runner at third with 2 away for Ethan Hearn, who struck out looking his first time. Go ahead, sir.
So we can look forward to even bigger and better things next year. And then also, our air service keeps getting better. It's easier to get here from just about anywhere in the U.S. We're one stop away from most international communities, locations. So, yeah, there's a lot going on and a lot to be thankful for. So we just want people to understand the economic impact of visitors to the community, and that's in the billions of dollars.
1-0 to Hearn. Actually, I want to give them a quick plug. I don't know if they're doing this year, but I know they did last year. But I believe Breeze Airways, for our fans, our Angels fans, they do a flight, I think, every Friday that goes from here to Los Angeles. So
yeah, I think they're still doing the LA flights, and Breeze and Allegiant and all those legacy carriers. They really bring folks in and make it so much easier for us to make those trips to all those places. So yeah, we appreciate the airport, the airlines, and all of their team members.
1-2 to Hearn. Well, quickly, you're wrapping it up here, I'm told. In about 6 months, you're going to call it a career after 40 years. How does it feel?
It feels great. I won't know what to do with myself. 40 years in one place in several different positions, but I couldn't have a better product, and I couldn't have better people to work with. So I'm looking forward to the next chapter, but I'm not quite done with this one yet either.
Flared into foul ground. Monroe gives chase, but can't get there. And it stays at 1-2. Well, whatever you do, be sure you stay busy. And I'm told that's the one key to retirement. Just stay busy, whatever you do.
I understand, and I don't think I'll have any issue with that. My Rotary Club's going to keep me busy. Photography's going to keep me busy, and my wife and I love to travel.
Wonderful.
So I'll stay busy for sure.
Here's the 1-2. Hearn fans at it. That'll be strike 3. A great defensive inning for Rocket City as they preserve the 1-0 lead. And Charles, before I let you go, where can we learn more? First pitch is low to Jake Monroe, 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Rocket City leading at 1-0. Here to give you the play-by-play is Chris Harris.
All right, thanks, Josh. Great defensive play, great relay to the plate that saved a run in that top of the fourth inning. And it stays this 1-0 ball game. Jake Monroe hit his first Double-A home run last night, leads things off. 2-0 pitch to him. Comes up empty, threw a changeup that time. Second time through the order facing off against this right-hander Brooks Capel. First time seeing him. Big right-hander out of Texas, 6'6". 2-1 to Jake, swung on, hit pretty well, deep towards left center field, drifting back to the track. It's at the wall. Did he do it again? Yes! Kiss it goodbye, Jake Monroe. Two nights in a row. Two 2-0 Rocket City. And both of them came in the fourth inning. Fourth inning last night, fourth inning tonight. He can also extend his on-base streak to 15 consecutive games as he gets that astronaut helmet with the raccoon tail. That's a celebration helmet down there in that Rocket City dugout. How about Jake Monroe, man? He hadn't had a home run in his first 22 games after hitting 11 in High A for the Angels High A affiliate Tri-City. And now he has a homer in back-to-back games. Tucker Flint takes a ball, one strike. Flint laid down a beautiful bunt for a hit his first time up. Just off the fastball that time. And look at that swing by Jake Monroe. One of the deepest parts of the yard here, just out of the reach of Andy Garriola trying to climb the wall. 1-2 to Tucker. Popped up. Will it stay in play? It will not. Lands in the seats down that left field line. Stays at 1-2 on the Trash Pandas left fielder. Rocket City trying to avenge last night's 4-3 loss. Fell behind 3-0, came back, got a 2-run home run in the fourth by Monroe. Held to only 2 hits. Flint reached on a 2-base error in the 7th inning. Juan Flores drove him in with a sac fly. They were able to get a home run late by Trice. There's a swing and a miss by Flint. He's down on strikes. So Capel responds with a strikeout. And one away for Caleb Bartolero. That home run for Monroe, by the way, 101 off the bat. That was 407 feet, according to the travel data. 39-degree launch angle, too. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. A little tardy on that delivery is Bartolero. Singled his first time up. Bartolero was a catcher in college, and when he started his pro career, primarily a first baseman, only had caught one game this year for the Tri-City Valley Cats. Just a good clubhouse guy, as well as someone who's been a productive hitter. Homered in his first game at the Double-A level, just like Juan Flores did. He waits on deck. There's a lot of players on this squad that get you excited. As the count goes full now, 3-2 on Bartolero. Flores being one of those. There's still some guys at the lower levels that are knocking on the door of coming to Double-A. And of course, all the new draft picks as well. Inside outs that one. Nice play by Howard. Throws out Bartolero for out number 2. 2 away now for Flores, who struck out his first time up. So Capel, after the home run, has retired the next two. I love this young man. Juan Flores, he's 20 years old, out of Venezuela. Just carries himself extremely well. He looks like he's still 14 or 16, but he is very mature. His English is fantastic. Already done a television interview, one of the local reporters here in English. Pitch fouled straight back. It's one of the things sometimes, especially with the Latin players, they are the most nervous about. They'll be fine in a bases-loaded ninth inning situation, but sometimes doing those interviews, it makes them the most nervous, but I'm really impressed with him. 0-2 pitch to him. Chases one high that time, and he's down on strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts for Flores. Third strikeout of the ball game for Capel, but a solo home run by Jake Monroe as Rocket City up 2-0. This is Trash Pandas Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Bally Sports Live. Nate Snead has a 2-0 lead to work with now as he heads back to work in the top of the fifth inning. Former Tennessee Vols done a great job. We'll face off against the bottom of this Knoxville Smokies lineup. Goes with that first pitch slider and gets a strike. He's been very efficient. 27 pitches through his first 2 innings. He's up to now 58 in the fifth as he works ahead on Seamus, now 0-2. And he's coming off his toughest outing at the AA level, so a good response. Seamus pops up the curveball. Easy play for Calabrese. 1 away. He's retired 3 in a row since that double by Carter Trice in the fourth. He's another one of those guys you realize he has all the makeup to be a starting pitcher at the major league level. First pitch fouled away by former first-round pick, actually, Ed Howard, a former 16th overall pick in the first round back in 2020 by the Cubs. Now kind of limited in playing time. He's batting just a .181, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. Snead continuing to pump strikes. That last outing in Birmingham just didn't have it. 2 1/3 innings, 4 runs, 2 hits. He struck out 3, but he walked a career-high 5, which was very uncharacteristic for Nate. He has come back today. Look at that. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He just buzzes by Howard. His 4th strikeout. Two away now for Madera. Works ahead again. He is pumping strikes in there. He hasn't walked a batter yet. He struck out 4. Here's an 0-1. He's into that extremely fast pace out there on the hill as well. It's a strike there on a slider. 0-2. Madera using his 1 timeout. Pitch clock is at 10. He's already into his windup. Up and in with that fastball at 94. 1-2. Well, almost took his head off. Goes up the middle. That's a base hit for Madera. That slider was left up enough. And Madera was able to line it into center field. It's been a good week for him, even though he's a 9th place batter. Oof. That was 96 off the bat. And thankfully, great reflexes there by Sneed, or that could have been extremely scary. Now back to the top of the lineup being Ramirez. 5th hit allowed by Sneed now. This is low and outside with a slider that time. It's 1-0. Got off to a tough start. As soon as he got up here, the first 3 outings were a struggle for him as that one just misses high. Once again with a slider, it's 2-0. Falls behind. 15 runs over his first 5 starts. But over his next 3 after that, allowed just a couple of runs in his next 15 innings, a 1.80 ERA. There's a strike, and it's 2-1. 2-0 Pandas here in this top of the 5th inning. Not his best move that time. This Rocket City pitching staff has been terrific. There is activity in that Rocket City bullpen. Looks like the side armor Malstat warming. As a fastball is fouled straight back. 2-2. Pitch count just over 70 in that outing back on the 19th in Birmingham. Sneed threw just 62 pitches. His pitch count's been kept relatively low as he's up over 70, which second most pitches he's thrown. Ground ball right side. That's through the hole. A base hit around second base, and stopping is Madera. It's a back-to-back 2-out hits, and now 2 on, 2 out. And you got the top prospect for the Chicago Cubs coming up in Jefferson Rojas. So after retiring the first 2, again it's with 2 outs. Smokies had a 2-out double in the first. 2-out single in the second. Now they have back-to-back 2-out singles as pitching coach Tim Levesque goes out. And there's a look at the side armor, the former Clemson Tiger, Lucas Malstat. That's Doug Henry. As well beside him, the former major leaguer, our bullpen coach. There's Tim Levesque. Done a great job with his pitching staff this year. One of the top ERAs in all of minor league baseball since the beginning of May. To get Sneed through this 5th inning. 71 pitches so far for the former Tennessee Vol. The pipeline to Tennessee has been quite evident recently for the Angels with Christian Moore. Of course, before that, Ben Joyce. Now Nate Sneed. Rojas 0 for 2, and he takes that slider. Take that back. That was a fastball. 1-0. Got some help from his defense in that 4th. Great relay started by Flynn in left. McCroskey's throwing, and a great pick and then tag by Flores. Cut down a run at the plate. He falls behind now 2-0. You can tell he's tired. It's not a temperature-wise hot, but it's very muggy. Thick air here in North Alabama in July, so he's sweating a lot. 2-0. Swing and a broken bat flare out towards left, but it's going to hang up there, and the catch is made by Flint for out number 3. So 2 harmless base hits, left stranded on base, no runs, 2 hits, 2 lefts, needs through 5. Rocket City leads it 2-0. This is Trash Pandas. One of the traditions here with the Trash Pandas, the astronaut race. Neil, Buzz, Sally, and May. David Calabrese leads things off for Rocket City. Smashes one. Deep left center field. That one's going to get out of here. David Calabrese showcasing the power. Opposite field, it's 3-0 Pandas. How about that? Off the bat. I mean, it jumped off his bat, but holy smokes, that thing carried in the gap. And got out of here with plenty of room to spare over that bullpen. It's not being used right now. 403 feet. That's one thing about David Calabrese. He's got that sneaky power. That's some great BP today on the field. There's a bird on your screen that I think bought a ticket to that spot. Elijah Dunham takes a ball. It's 1-1. Calabrese now has 4 hits in the series. He's 4 for 9. You get a lot of productivity from the bottom portion of this lineup. You're watching on Angels Television, ABTV, Calabrese, 3rd round pick back in 2020, a native of Canada. Now just 23 years old, been in the system for 5 years now. Still got a ton of talent. Pitches in the dirt low. It's 2-2, and one of the best human beings you'll ever come in contact with, too. Making Capel work. 2nd consecutive inning, Rocket City's had a leadoff home run. Dunham pops it up. Down that 3rd base left field line. And Garriolo will make that catch just in fair territory. One away. It was a homer by Monroe, 2nd in as many days. Well, fans, you can visit shoptrashpandas.com, get all your gear online there, or in the store here at Toyota Field, the Junkyard Team Store, or the Trash Pandas store located on Hughes Road. Shop trashpandas.com. Top selling hat. Not only the top selling hat in minor league baseball, it's the top 2 selling hats in minor league baseball belong to the Rocket City Trash Pandas. Here's McCroskey now. Swinging a line drive, base hit to left. The 7, 8, and 9 hitters for Rocket City have 3 hits, a double, a single, and a home run. First 2 times through the lineup, now back to the top. And Nick Rodriguez. Max, another one of those guys, he's been around for a few years, still young, and still battling in the grind of minor league baseball. Runner goes, delayed steal, and McCroskey's thrown out. I don't know that he put the tag on him going through. It was offline on that first base side. Mack didn't like the call. We'll check a replay. He missed the tag. Seamus never touched him. And you can't challenge at AA baseball, unfortunately. If we did, that call would have been reversed. Nick takes a ball. It's 2-0. That's tough. So 2 outs, goes 2-6 on the putout. That would have been Mack's 16th stolen base of the year. Two and one on Nick. Another look, another angle. That was in regular motion as Nick pops it up down the left field line. And that'll get out of play. That picnic area down the left field line. Turning out to be a nice night for baseball here in North Alabama. Great to have our friends with the Huntsville Convention and Visitors Bureau here with us tonight. They were the sponsors of a snow globe giveaway. It is our Christmas in July today here at Toyota Field. Two balls and 2 strikes. Shortstop Seamus gets Rodriguez, and the side is retired. In the inning, though, a solo homer by David Calabrese, his 4th on the season. Rocket City going to the bullpen. This is right-hander Lucas Malstad, who will take over for Nate Sneed And nice work by Nate. 5 shutout innings on 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, faced 20 batters, 74 pitches. 51 of those were for strikes as Malstedt fires in a first pitch strike to Andy Garriola. 28th appearance for Malstedt. 2-1, a 4.19 ERA. It's a swing and miss there. Opponents are batting .246 against him. Scoreless outings his last 2 times out, including one on Wednesday against these guys. Throws that sidearm slider. 1-2. Former 7th round pick by the Angels in last year's draft out of Clemson. He's from Ormond Beach, Florida. Sinker slider sweeper. And there's a call, 3rd strike. See you later. Andy Garriola, not sad to see him go. He was 2 for 2 with a double and a single.
Nice looking pitch right here. We were talking before this series. No, actually, you know what? It was earlier in this series how guys learn how to throw that pitch. Do you want to go over how that how it came about and where you learned it from?
Sidearm submariners?
Yeah. It's pretty interesting.
Carter Trice delivers a pitch for a strike for Malstedt. This is just how he learned how to pitch, was throwing sidearm. For a lot of pitchers, this was a group of college pitchers who were talking about how to become a submarine pitcher or a sidearm pitcher. They would basically, it's like you're turning a double play up the middle. Imagine you're a shortstop or a second baseman. When you field the ball down, you don't throw it overhanded to second base for that flip. You'll throw it from that low angle. And they would simulate that to kind of learn how to pitch from that level. There's a swing and a miss. That's on 3 pitches as Carter Trice is retired. 2 down.
I don't care how he learned, as long as he does this, that'll work just fine. Beautiful spinning slider down and away, and no shot there, as coming up empty again was Trice.
That video, one of the guys that was in there talking to those college was Brad Klontz, former Atlanta Brave submarine pitcher.
Remember him well.
It's really fascinating. I never, until I had seen that, thought about how you would develop or think about even trying to be a sidearm pitcher or submariner. 1-0 pitch gets a swing and a miss, 1 ball, 1 strike.
I get the feeling it's one of those deals that you have to start early, because if you don't, you have no shot, because it's just so unorthodox. You have to develop it at a very early age and have that be the only way you know.
1-1. That time he went down submarine. 1-2.
Now what's interesting is if he catches a comebacker, he doesn't submarine it to first base. He makes a regular throw, but I got to think that throws him off a little bit.
Armas. 1-2 pitch to him. Ground ball past Bartolero at first. Another 2-out base runner here for Knoxville. That'll be their 7th hit of the ball game. Tell you what, good response by Nate Snead here tonight. Gave up 6 hits, but no runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts.
Well, you mentioned the 7 hits. 5 of them have come after 2 have been out for Knoxville tonight. It's been somewhat frustrating. You want to put up a 1-2-3 frame. So far, Rocket City with only 1 in this game.
There's Ethan Hearn. That's that curveball at 77 miles an hour, 0-1.
But a great bounce back for Snead after what happened on Sunday.
And he was able to locate especially that fastball, working ahead in tons of counts. 74 pitches, 51 of those were for strikes. 0-2 now on Hearn. He's been a strikeout victim twice. Both of those were against Nate Snead. This has been a Rocket City bullpen since May that has been one of the best in minor league baseball. They have 22 saves since May. That's second most in the minors. And an ERA at 3.67. That is 5th best in all of minor league baseball full season clubs. Ground ball, hard hit. That's another 2-out base hit. And heading to third base is Armas. And now first and third with 2 outs. That's now, 7 of 8
Yeah.
Coming with 2 outs, hitting the hit department.
6 of 8.
6 of 8. 3-0 Rocket City. Pair of solo home runs. That one by Calabrese. Opposite field, went over that now unused bullpen in left center field. Showcasing that power that he has. Off the bat, I didn't think much about it, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but
well,
and into the wind too.
We didn't hear kiss it goodbye, so
I didn't do that. Yeah.
we didn't have time to prep for it.
Yeah, I know. One and one on at Seamus. You see Santa downstairs?
I did not. I had to go visit some clients, but I saw Santa. He was working the crowd. It's like a preseason for him, Chris. You know, like in baseball, we have our spring training. This is his spring training as he gets ready for the December rush.
Noticed his attire was more appropriate for summertime than, say, wintertime.
I wonder how the Elves do that, though, just because they're so used to working in winter and winter clothes and things like that. They're in the North Pole. It's always cold. So how do they know how to make shorts and T-shirts and things like that?
Probably on the internet.
Okay. Google, yeah.
3-1. Wow. Just barely missed off the outside corner that time. So a walk will load the bases up now for Ed Howard, who is 0 for 2. That's the first walk of the ball game.
Let's look at it again. Yeah, it's off.
Just barely, though. Not a bad pitch. First walk on either side, too.
And suddenly you got the tying run at first, and Tim Levesque going to go out there and have a word with him. Just so strange. This inning started so well for Malstead, but a couple of singles. Suddenly you're reeling a little bit, and now a walk to Seamus, and now a long one gives Knoxville the lead.
Fans, MLB Plus is new for 2026. Stream MLB Network 24/7 in the U.S. and select out-of-market games every week, plus live radio broadcasts of every game, Game Day 3D. Big inning and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. I always say, of course, if you're an Angels fan and you're watching and you want to watch the Trash Pandas, if you have MLB TV, you can just scroll right down. You can watch all the affiliates play. First pitch foul back off the bat of the former first-round pick, Ed Howard.
So big moment here in the ball game. Malstead need to bear it down against Howard, who is 0 for 2 tonight.
Blake Wyman has grabbed a baseball. Left-hander started to throw in that Rocket City pen. That's a beauty. That was a changeup. He's ahead on Howard now, 0-2. The pitcher whisperer, Tim Levesque. See if he can work his magic here.
You can waste a pitch here, but how do you do it? Let's see what he does.
22nd pitch of the inning. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. we go to the bottom of the 6th inning from Toyota Field here in Madison, Alabama. Rocket City on top of Knoxville, the Chicago Cubs affiliate, 3-0. And Rowdy Rodriguez to lead things off. First pitch is swing and a miss for strike one. Rowdy's 0 for 2 so far today in this series. He is 3 out of 19. Takes a timeout here. Rowdy has been terrific this year. Maybe in the last few weeks has hit a little bit of a wall. Takes that curveball high. But this is a special talent.
A lot of people may say, too, well, he didn't hit the wall last year. Why is he doing it this season?
Chopper foul.
And
Joe Cruzel over there.
Number one, when we say he's hit a wall, it's been maybe the last couple of weeks, so it's not extended. But that being said, when you get to Double-A, all these guys know how to pitch, and they're going to figure you out, and they're going to start to pick at your weak points. It's up to him to be able to adjust back to that and get back on track. At Class A, you got guys out there, they're just trying to learn how to pitch, so they're not really picking apart scouting reports like they are at this level.
2-2 on Rowdy. He's way late. He just has not really been comfortable at the plate in the ball game tonight. Down on strikes goes Rowdy. One away now for Jake Monroe, who has now homered in back-to-back games. We were awaiting his first Double-A home run. Now, I think we may have even talked about it. They may come in bunches at some point. Now he's got 2.
And he had to earn it, too. Left center field.
Good take off the outside corner, a first pitch changeup. Nice work by Lucas Malstedt. 1-0 on Jake. Fastball high that time, and it's 2-0 now on Monroe.
Should see a pitch to hit here. Let's see what they give him.
Now been on base in 15 consecutive games. He's hit in 8 of his last 9. Two and 1 to him. On deck is Tucker Flint. Monroe 5 hits in the series, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs. Takes outside, 3-1 now. Jake, maybe of the talent we have seen. Of course, he is a top 30 prospect. Number 29, according to both Baseball America and MLB Pipeline. As the count goes full now, 3-2. But kind of flies under the radar. 3-2. Broken bat flare foul. Out of play. Well, we have a second on the radio side. Let's take 10 seconds for station identification. This is Trash Pandas Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. We're all over the place tonight on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, and Talk Radio, as well as WAAY, Wait TV, 31.6, and Angels TV.
And
lots of different, and we're streaming.
Yeah, just all over the place. Isn't it amazing? At this point, 15 years ago, it would have been a straight radio broadcast, and that was it. Times have changed for the good, I might mention. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That's foul.
Ooh, just down the first base line. John Miller, the first base umpire, it went right by him.
And Darren Brown, the first base coach, on top of all that, he would have said something if he thought it was fair. By the way, I didn't realize this, but Capel out of Lamar University in Texas. You know who else went to Lamar?
Southland Conference. Baseball?
Yeah.
3-2 again. That one's laced out towards right field, going back onto the track, making the catch is Trice, 2 away. I don't know.
How about Kevin Millar?
Okay.
I never knew that. For those who don't remember, he was a big part of that Red Sox curse breaking 2014 that won the World Series over the Cardinals.
He also crossed the picket line.
Yes, he did. Forgot all about that. Spent time with the Marlins, the Orioles, and the Jays as well. Had a very good career.
2 outs for Flint. Takes to the dirt low. I love the headshots. Tucker is Buddy the Elf on the video board.
Oh, that's so him, too. That is typecasting.
We get a shot of the video board. 3-0 Rocket City. Ground ball to first. That'll end the inning. As Hearn steps on it ahead of Tucker Flint. Side retired. On to the 7th inning. Rocket City shutting out the back here in Madison, Alabama. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Rocket City leads it 3-0. Lucas Malstead goes back to work for the Trash Pandas. A couple of home runs, solo shots from Jake Monroe and David Calabrese. Faces off against the 9-1 and 2 batters for Knoxville. And the first pitch, a strike. Able to leave those 3 runners stranded on base was Malstead in the 6th. Pitch fouled away that time. It's quickly 0-2. We talked about Juan Flores. Nice to see some of the scribes for the Angels. They're watching our game, and I'm talking about that nice play on the relay throw, picking it out of the dirt and putting the tag down.
Yes.
That was to get Garriola out at the plate.
That was just a great play all the way around. Tucker playing it well off the wall, and then beautiful relay by McCroskey. That was one of the best defensive plays of the year.
1-2 on Madera now. He uses his timeout. In this day and age, especially in the minors, when it's tough to throw out base runners, he's come up from high A's. Been able to catch 33%, 5 of 15 attempted base stealers so far, which is incredible. He's handled his pitching staff extremely well. And he's just 20.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Liner down the left field line. It's a fair ball. He just poked it down the line. Flint gets it back in, but that's going to be a leadoff double for Madera. Everything he does turns to gold in this series so far. That was a well-executed pitch, but just kept it fair.
Joe Cruz will going to jog out there and have a word with Leanna Ricks. I'm assuming he's going to question whether this was fair or foul. And if so, that's a bit of a surprise. I thought it was fair. And by Cruzal standards, this is pretty animated for him.
Yeah.
Now we're assuming it's fair or foul, but he might be arguing about something else.
Let's see. It looks fair there.
Maybe right on the chalk.
And now Joe Cruzel having some words with home plate umpire Rafael Pineda as well, on his way back to that first base dugout. The play at second base in which Matt McCroskey was caught stealing, it was a phantom tag by Carson Seamus. I think it may have just been a buildup of some different things. First pitch fouled off the front foot of Alex Ramirez, who was just kind of smiling while all that was going on. So it's a base hit, a double down that left field line from Madera. See if Malstedt can work around that here. Bullpen has a lot of fresh arms out there. The left-hander Blake Wyman throwing once again. Malstedt gets a weak swing on a good slider that time. 0-2.
Now, we've been here before. He's gone to 2 strikes, hasn't always been able to finish them off. Let's see what he does.
Struck out the side in the 6th. Swing and a miss. Back to the slider. 4 strikeouts for Malstedt. He's had a lot of deep counts. Already 30 pitches now through an inning and a third, and it's like a frisbee.
Well, Ramirez helped him out there. That pitch was well off the plate. Maybe a little over-anxiousness from the center fielder who's had such a great series, but that was a poor at-bat.
5 inches of horizontal break on it. And he starts out Jefferson Rojas with a strike there. Rojas, the top prospect for the Cubs, is 0 for 3 tonight. Leadoff double by Madera that seemed to hit off that line down the left field line. It's another weak swing from Rojas there, another slider.
Tell you what, the way that slider's working, why get away from it? I just go right back to it.
Malstedt trying to pick up his 5th strikeout of the outing. On deck is Andy Garriola, who's been a thorn in the Trash Pandas side. Right-handed hitter. Ground ball to third. Monroe backhanded and throws him out. It's been a busy series over there at third base for Jake Monroe, and he handled that one well.
That was a smooth-looking play off the bat of Rojas.
He's got 13 home runs now between high A and double A as the first pitch fouled away by Garriola. We had an influx of players coming up from Tri-City at one time. You had Flores, you had Monroe, you had Bartolero, all come up at the same time. And Anthony Skoll, who's on the injured list right now, chases a slider there again. It's quickly 0-2.
Anthony took batting practice again today. For those who don't know his story, he turned his ankle about a month back at Columbus. It's just been a very slow return for him.
There's a kid in low A right now in Rancho named Hayden Alvarez you should keep an eye on too. Pitch fouled away, back in, out of play.
Tell what, Rancho's pretty good.
They are.
Whenever you read about the Angels affiliates, they are always mentioned. They're having a fine season. You know, a lot of the guys contributing this year for Rocket City, well, they were at Rancho last year. They skipped Tri-City altogether.
Slider, check this swing. No, on the appeal down to John Miller at first. Of course, last year was Inland Empire. Low A. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This will be Malstedt's 38th pitch. That's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kind of uncharted waters for him.
Well, he's gone back-to-back with the slider, and Garriola's become disciplined toward that. Do you try to do something different here?
Looking at Alvarez. Alvarez, number 5 prospect. He is just now 19. Outfielder. 2-2, swing and a miss. Malstedt strikes out his 5th. In 2 innings, had to use a lot of pitches, but he got him. So 5 strikeouts, and we have Rocket City has now gotten to the bullpen for Knoxville. Their starter, Brooks Capel. Tell you what, pretty impressed with him. Gave up the 2 home runs, but did a pretty good job. 6 innings, 3 runs, 6 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, 73 pitches. A quality start, but Rocket City leads it by the score of 3-0. So Arian Rodriguez, a right-hander, comes on in relief as Rodriguez faces off against Caleb Bartolero and starts him out with a called strike.
You know, low-key, Chris, their pitching has been pretty good this week. Knoxville's, I mean, and I'm talking about the starters. Typically, historically, they haven't had great starting pitching. This week they have.
There's one team in Double-A that has a better ERA since May 3rd than the Trash Pandas.
Who is it, Chris?
The Knoxville Smokies.
Oh, wow.
They are 4th in minor league baseball. Rocket City is 5th. They pitched really well. 1-1 pitch. Off-speed pitch for a strike for Rodriguez, his 15th appearance. 3-1 in ERA at 5.52. Former 13th round pick for the Cubs back in 2021. Fastball, sinker, slider, and a changeup. Ball 2 there. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's been nice to have you with us out there on the West Coast on Angels Broadcast Television. As the 2-2 pitch, swinging a tapper foul. We've got 4 more games coming up on ABTV, August 6th and 8th against Birmingham, and then September 3rd and 6th against Montgomery. So you'll have 4 more opportunities, and of course that's after the trading deadline. You don't know. There might be some acquisitions potentially. Certainly we don't know that, but you never know. One hopper back to the mound. Underhanded toss. Bartolero retired, 1 away.
And Chris, if I can give a quick plug here.
Yeah.
The minor league foray for Angels TV continues tomorrow as the Salt Lake Bees will host the Omaha Storm Chasers. That's the Royals affiliate. That'll be a 5 o'clock Pacific time start. You want to tune in for that game as Tony Parks, voice of the Bees, will be on the call. One of 4 games featuring the AAA affiliate over the final few weeks of this season.
Here's Juan Flores. Takes the off-speed pitch high. Such a cool thing the Angels are doing. Not something that's typical. And I think, number one, it's good. It's content to have when the Angels aren't playing. And number two, you get a chance to see some of the future.
Well, and let's also be very candid. We don't know what the status of the Major League season is for next season. So if there's a delay come April or May, you may be seeing a lot of us.
It's true.
And a lot of Tony. Who knows? I'm sure there's some Angel fans out there thinking, oh no.
1 ball, 1 strike on Flores. That one just misses up. 2-1.
Well, you know, a lot of people have given this organization some flack for struggles on the farm, and some of that's been warranted, but really quietly and deftly, this organization's farm system has gotten better over the last couple of years. It was such a struggle just to get to that point. I mean, all 4 teams finished above 500 for the first half of the season. First time that's happened in over 20 years. So it's moving in the right direction. It's just much more slowly than I think a lot of people would have anticipated.
3-1 on Flores. Swing and a miss. Full count. One thing with John Mozeliak, who spent over a couple of decades with the Cardinals, one thing he talked about was the fact that when he took over, he and Walt Jocketty in St. Louis, it was kind of similar circumstances, walking into a little bit of a mess as the 20-year-old has himself a base hit. A nice piece of hitting. That's what he's capable of. He's now 1 for 3, the youngster from Venezuela.
A good piece of hitting right here. He's shown a propensity to go to the off field. This time they went outside. In fact, this pitch was off the plate, but he took what they gave him and poked it into right field for his first hit of the game.
There's Calabrese, who had that impressive opposite field home run his last time up. Going back, one more thing with that is, I think one of the really positive things that you've heard is, it seems like, they're giving John Mozeliak the freedom to do what's best for the Angels. And here's a guy who has a great track record. One-0 to David. Hit well. Deep towards right center field. It's going to hang up, and it's going to drop out there. Out between the outfielders and into second base. With 2 bags is David Calabrese. To third base goes Flores.
I don't know if Ramirez and Trice got crossed up or if Ramirez thought he was closer to the outfield wall than he actually was. Let's take a look at this again. Oh, that has to be caught. That's just a bad play. I think he saw Trice coming out of the corner of his eye and he alligator armed it.
Couldn't tell if he got a piece of the glove on it or not. Didn't seem like he did.
It's one of those where they might give him a double because it didn't touch him, but really it should be an all-purpose, an E8. But going back to what you said about John Mozeliak and how they're trying to rebuild the farm system, a lot of people forget that one of the reasons why the farm system wasn't built as quickly as everyone thought it should is because the Angels were trying to win in 22 and 23 with Shohei and Trout there, and when it didn't work out, the farm system was mortgaged in order to get short-term rentals, and that, of course, is going to put any farm system behind. But now it looks like they've turned it around, and now it's moving back in the right direction.
They do give David a double, his 12th on the year. Infield in with 1 out for Elijah Dunham. Was way out in front. First pitch sinker at 88 miles an hour. Elijah's had a great 3 days. Here's an 0-1 pitch on the way now. So I'm going to miss. Once again, changing speeds with that sinker. 0-2. Well, 3-0 is nice. 4-0 sounds a lot better. Especially after this team scored 4 runs in the 9th inning.
If I'm Rodriguez, I go back to the same thing here. He's been well out in front on that sinker.
4 runs came in the game on Wednesday. Held on to win 6-5, though. Pitch inside. Did it hit him? Yeah. Trying to dance out of the way of that cutter. But he couldn't do it. Now the bases are loaded for Mac McCroskey.
I don't know why he didn't go back sinker here, and this is a pitch that just got away from him. That was nowhere near nothing that Dunham could do to get out of the way, and now you have a chance to put this ball game away. We still got to change his walk-up music.
I was going to say Mac still goes out to Britney Spears. Oops. I did it again. Well, time called is crew chief Rafael Pineda.
And Matt Mitchie, our entertainment director, nice to allow the song to keep playing.
Yes. You can never get enough Britney.
No, you can get plenty of Britney in about 10 seconds.
Making sure he was okay down the line. Elijah able to run down that right field line. Mac. Infield in. Rodriguez delivers. This is outside. We got to get a shot of the video board. Mac with Ralphie out there. He's dressed as Ralphie from the Christmas Story as part of our. There he is. Yeah, look at that. He pulls it off perfectly.
Tell you what, Hollywood, if you're watching.
1-0's a strike. 1-1.
I can see it now. They'll do a remake of Christmas Story, and this fellow right here will be a Hollywood star.
Oh, we love Mac. Bases loaded. Boy, a ball to the gap would be fantastic. Just a base hit. 1-1. Going outside. 2 balls and a strike. Nobody throwing in that Smokies bullpen. Hitters count here. Krosky 1 for 2 so far. Nice take. Inside, ball 3. 3-1. Nowhere to put him. Bases are loaded.
If you're McCroskey, you got to look fastball. Pick a spot, and if it's there, swing.
Ball 4. Walked him. RBI number 16 for McCroskey, and it's now 4-0 as Juan Flores just trots home. First walk today for the Smokies.
It just looks like Rodriguez is all out of sorts after that misplay in right center field. And look, mistakes are going to happen. You as a pitcher got to bear down and fight through it.
So here's Nick Rodriguez. Infield still in. Popped up down the line. It'll fade into that picnic area down the left field line. Nick Rodriguez 0 for 2 with a sac fly. Nick Rodriguez has primarily a leadoff hitter this year. 47 runs batted in. He's got 91 hits. Tied for second most in the Southern League. Good swing, but fouled it back. Oh, look out.
Yeah. We've seen that happen a few times. The netting, you know, it's at the right height and it's perfectly behind home plate, but the thing is, it's very tight. So when it hits off it, it ricochets back at a pretty good velocity and can come right down on the guy's coconut.
Glad he was wearing a guard on that front right ankle. 0-2 on Nick. Takes it high, 1-2. Love to get another run in, make it a 5-run ball game. That way one swing of the bat couldn't tie it. Nick Rodriguez along with Rowdy, they both skipped high A, went from low A to double A this year. Fights off a good pitch that time. Rowdy's on deck.
By the way, Pensacola, they shut out Columbus tonight down in Florida. 2-0 the score there. That's the one final in.
One, two, fouled away. This is what Nick Rodriguez does.
Good fight by him. Look, again, when you're a 10th round pick and you come out of a mid-major, it's easy to get overlooked. It's at-bats like this that get you noticed.
Nick Rodriguez, not a top 30 prospect, but talk to anybody. This is a guy that they're real excited about. Popped up, foul territory. Will it stay in play? It will not. As Madero watches it sail a few rows back.
Looks like activity is underway now in the Smokies bullpen as Rodriguez really being made to work here. About to throw his 29th pitch of the at-bat, or the inning.
It'll be the 7th pitch of the at-bat. A good at-bat for Nick. He's fouled off 5 of the first 6 he's seen. Bases are full of Trash Pandas. And there's ball 2, 2-2. Calabrese is at third. Double to the gap at right center. Elijah Dunham at second. He was hit by a pitch. Matt McCroskey with that bases loaded walk at first. Two, 3-2. Well, putting all the pressure on that guy 60 feet 6 inches away here. All the pressure's on him. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. Back-to-back bases loaded walks, and it's 5-0.
Pretty easy to win if you don't have to swing the bat. Don't forget about the hit by pitch as well to Dunham. That's 3 straight men who have reached without a base hit.
Lance Reimel is the manager for the Knoxville Smokies. He has to make a pitching change, you would think here. 31 pitches in the inning, a slow walk out there by Ariel Armas, the Smokies catcher.
It's a little stall tactic. And now we'll wait for Rafael Pineda to go out there and break things up. There goes Rafael.
They got a lefty. It looks like he's ready. Tough inning for Arian Rodriguez, 24-year-old from Panama.
Oh, they're going to let him face Rowdy, it looks like.
Well, sometimes you got to be a sacrificial lamb. 5-0. Here's Rowdy. Fouled straight back off the netting.
I think part of it is that, and part of it is, let's face it, it's 5-0, 7th inning. You might not win tonight. This guy's got to grow up a little bit and try to fight through this.
32 pitches. Rowdy's looking his chops right now. He loves fastballs. 0-1 on the way. Oh, man, that was a pitch to unload on. He takes it for a called strike 2.
He had been looking for something else.
Just hasn't been comfortable tonight, but he could change it with one at bat here. Bases loaded, 1 out. Ground ball, hard hit, but right to the shortstop. Seamus home for 1 and to first for 2. I mean, he smoked it off the bat 100 miles an hour, but right to Carson Seamus, the infield drawn in, and it's a 6-2-3 double play. In the inning, though, 2 runs on 2 hits, and they strand 3 on base, or 2 on base, excuse me, with a double play, and we head to the 8th inning. All that matters, 5-0 Rocket City. This is Trash Pandas Baseball, the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Rocket City has a 5-0 lead as we start the 8th inning. To take you home, here's Josh Carey.
Okay, Chris, thank you. As the first pitch swung through and missed by Carter Trice, it's 0-1. Again, Trash Pandas up 5. Blake Wyman, the new pitcher for the Trash Pandas, as Lucas Malstead goes 2 shutout innings, 3 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. And it's 1-1 to the right-handed hitter. Trice, 1 of 3, a double, and 2 strikeouts, one of them swinging. Smokies have actually out-hit Rocket City. It's 9-8, but they haven't been able to scratch across a run. Rocket City has pushed across 5 as it goes to 2 balls and a strike. As for Wyman, he's the former Cubs farmhand. In fact, he pitched for what was then the Tennessee Smokies a couple of years ago. This is his 2nd appearance of the series. That one launched foul down the left side and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He also pitched at Wyman on Tuesday. He faced 2 men in the 8th inning and struck them both out. He's been a nice addition to this bullpen. 30 years old. He's been around the block for a couple of teams. Reached AAA, in fact, with the Cubs last season. He was at Iowa. And it's hit foul off to the right. Remaining at 2-2, but again, 30 years old, he's a left-hander, and he throws strikes. As long as you do that, you can have a career in this game, whether it's in the minors or abroad. I'll get you his numbers in just a second. Taps softly to third in Monroe. That's the first out of the 8th inning. Good off balance feed, 1 gone, and here is Ariel Armas, who's 1 for 3, a single and 2 groundouts, 1 to third and another to second. Trash Panda fans, if you want to continue following the Angels' top prospects and tomorrow's stars wherever you go, then be sure to download the Valley Sports Live app. It's hands down the best way to watch minor league baseball. Get every game at your fingertips all season long, plus real-time enhanced stats and an interactive bingo game you can play right along with every pitch. You can watch from your phone or your TV, and the best part, it's completely free. Just head to the App Store and download Valley Sports Live today. First pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. For Wyman, 1-0, a 2.92 ERA, 11th appearance all in relief, 0-1 in saves, 12 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He's given up 2 bombs while walking 1 and striking out 16. 1-1 now. Opponent's hitting 208 against him as he faces Armas. Rocket City comfortably ahead, and at this hour, Chattanooga doubling up Biloxi 6-3 in Tennessee. They're in the top of the 8th inning. Swung on and missed. It will go, or actually tipped foul at home plate. It will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Entering play today, Rocket City a game behind Knoxville in the second half standing. So they complete this, they'll move back into a tie with first place. with Chattanooga 3 games back of Knoxville, so the Lookouts would gain a game on the Smokies as well. Did he go on the check swing? No, he didn't. Went after a changeup, it looked like, but first base umpire John Miller is going to say he held up. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Meanwhile, in the overall standings, Rocket City would remain a half game ahead of Chattanooga, 2.5 behind Knoxville. That doesn't really matter. The Smokies won the first half division title. Wyman looking to finish him off. And it's fought off. Going to remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Only one other Southern League score to give, and that's Montgomery. They lead Birmingham 5-3, but the Barons have loaded the bases with no one out in the top of the 9th inning. Barons, the White Sox affiliate, Montgomery with the Rays. 2-2. Hit foul at home plate. Good fight here by Armas as it remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wyman out of Littleton, Colorado, also played at Kansas. Jayhawks had a fine collegiate season, went to the Super Regionals where they ultimately bowed out to the eventual national champion Oklahoma Sooners. By the way, we have an attendance to give you, 5,243 for tonight's game, and we got fireworks coming up after the end of this one. Wyman 2-2. Again fought off. Good battle here. That's the 7th pitch of the at-bat. And really, Armas has not been able to square up anything. He's just kind of flicked the bat out there and been able to fight it off.
Saw him do that a ton of times against Lucas Malstead, too.
They've made the Rocket City pitchers work, even though they haven't scored a run. 2-2. Down and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes as he missed on the changeup. There is a left-hander throwing in the Smokies pen, so it looks like Rodriguez is done for the night, and that's not a surprise. That was a long 7th inning for him. 3-2. Swung, hit softly to second. Rodriguez in, 2 out. Great battle there by Armas, but at the end of the day, it's Wyman who comes out on top. 2 quick outs for Ethan Hearn.
That was one of those sweepers from Blake Wyman. That's his bread and butter pitch, and there's been very, very few hitters that have been able to really square that pitch up, at least at this level.
Hearn 1 for 3, a single, 2 strikeouts, 1 swinging. Left on left. And it's 0-1. Yeah, if you were given a dime for every time Blake Wyman throws a sweeper, you'd be a millionaire. When in doubt, although, of course, that last pitch was a sinker. Off the line at third is Monroe. Slapped into left, and there's another base hit with 2 out. Unbelievable. That's their 10th hit of the game. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10 have come after 2 have been out. That's amazing. So a runner at first with 2 away for Carson Seamus.
You almost had to take your shoes off. You know, count. You got 10 digits on your hands. You almost had to go to take your shoes off.
What are you talking about?
The count, man, past 10.
Oh, well, are we talking about the count from Sesame Street?
Sure.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now. And again, half the time I don't know what you're talking about. Seamus, 1 of 2, a single, a fly out to right, and a walk. I would be curious to know, as it goes to 1-1, when was the last time the Trash Pandas shut out a team while giving up double digits in hits? I don't think it's ever happened before. And I don't think there's a way to find out, but rather remarkable that line score we see up there tonight. It goes to 1-2. 0-10-0 for Knoxville, 5-8-0 for Rocket City. They've been out hit, yet they're winning easily, as Wyman will look to end the inning. Called strike 3. A sweeper down and away. It caught the lower outside corner. Seamus doesn't like it, but it was a strike. strikeout number 1 for Wyman, and strikeout number 10 for Rocket City pitching. In the 8th, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. Bottom 8 on its way. 5-zip Rocket City. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Five hitters, Monroe, Flint, and Bartolero. And we got a new pitcher in there for Knoxville. This is going to be number 39 for them. Check that, number 30. Well, no, it is number 39. And that's Evan Taylor, the Florence, Alabama product, as it's 1-0. He'll face, like I said, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. And for Taylor, this will be his second appearance of the series. Meanwhile, for Rodriguez, get you his final line here in just a moment. Fanning at the pitch is Monroe, and it will go to a ball and a strike. Arian Rodriguez, 1 inning, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of which were earned. He walked 1, hit another. Check that, he walked 2, hit a third man, and he struck out none. It was a tough outing for him, as standing back in is Monroe, a solo homer, a line out to right, and a foul out to first. Slapped at third, and past the diving Madera into left field, and that'll be a single for Monroe. His second hit of the ball game, and that'll be hit number 9 now for Rocket City.
Already got a 15-game on base streak now, and that home run earlier able to extend it. A multi-hit game for him. He's keeping that average above 300, that on-base percentage above 400. Now in his first, now almost complete month at this level.
So 1 on with no one out. Here is Tucker Flint. He takes a pitch inside, and it's 1-0 for Taylor. This is the second time we saw him. We also saw him pitch on Tuesday. 2 innings, 4 hits, a run that was earned, no walks, and a strikeout. Florence, Alabama. About an hour 15 from here, it's the home to the University of North Alabama. And it will go to a ball and a strike. There's a look at Taylor. We've seen him the last couple of seasons. This year, he's 3-1 with a 2.62 ERA. 29th appearance to go along with 2 starts, 3 of 4 in saves. 44 2/3 innings, 37 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned, a homer allowed, and 4 hit batsmen. As the pitch is whipped at and missed by Flint. 1-2. He has walked 26 and struck out 67. Opponents are hitting .218 against him. So needless to say, this is a homecoming for him. Due up in the 9th for Knoxville. They'll send up their 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Howard, Madera, and Ramirez. I don't see anyone throwing in the Rocket City pen, so it looks like they may stick with Wyman through the 9th. Remaining at a ball and 2 strikes. And with the win here, not only does Rocket City move back into a tie for first place with Knoxville, but they also go up 3-2 in this 6-game series with a chance to clinch it tomorrow. Actually, I may have spoken too soon. It looks like Bryce Osmond is about to get loose. He's another top 30 prospect in the Angel system. Going to stay at a ball and 2 strikes. That one landed on our party deck. Someone got a baseball in their mac and cheese. Wind drifting out to left as Hearn holds the runner at first. Tapped left of the mound. Good play. Taylor goes to second, out there. Nicely done. Ranging to the third base side of the mound was Taylor. He got it, and fortunately for him, he's left-handed. He was already facing second base. He just gunned it over to the shortstop, Seamus, and they get Monroe 1-6. And Flint will now reach. 1 out. And here is Caleb Bartolero, 1 of 3, a single, and 2 rollouts, 1 to second and 1 to the mound. Taylor, 26 years old, as he'll go to the belt. And it's 0-1. Last season, he split time between South Bend and Knoxville. Had a 3.27 ERA and 20 appearances at South Bend. He was promoted to Knoxville on August the 1st. Made 11 appearances for the Smokies. Had to put up some good numbers. 1-1 the count on him. He's a 4-pitch pitcher, a fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup. He's formerly of the University of Arkansas. He was there through 22. Was one of their more reliable bullpen arms during his senior season. Fouled away by Bartolero. It will go to a ball and 2 strikes. Juan Flores waits on deck. Taylor delivers. And that hit foul at home plate. That caught a piece of arm as he appears to be okay. Going to remain at a ball and 2 strikes. I mentioned tomorrow's ball game. Again, that'll be a 4:05 first pitch Central Time. Ryan Costew will go to the bump for Rocket City. Speaking of Arkansas products, he's another one of those. He'll be opposed by fellow right-hander Kevin Valdez, who's 0-1 with an ERA over 10. We'll see if the Bats can keep going for Rocket City tomorrow. Bounced up the middle, behind second, ranging. Good throw to second by Howard in time. And that'll be out number 2. That was not an easy play. His momentum was carrying him into shallow center. He made a back-footed throw, and over to cover was Seamus for the 4-6 fielder's choice. Bartolero at first, Flint retired, and here's Juan Flores. Juan tonight, 1 of 3, a single last inning, came around to score. He's also struck out twice, both times swinging. By the way, Biloxi trying to mount a rally in the 8th inning. They've loaded them up with 1 out, trailing Chattanooga 6-4. What's our promotion tomorrow, Chris?
Sunday Fun Day. Kids run the bases and pregame autographs. In fact, tomorrow, pregame autographs, you're going to get a treat. Nate Snead and Juan Flores are going to be signing autographs before the game.
1-1. Folks, you might want to bring some items for them to sign. I have a feeling both of those guys are headed to bigger and better things in the very near future. Flores ready to go. Taylor, 1-1. Oh, wow, that was way outside, but it was called a strike. Flores not too sure about that one. If we had ABS, that one would be under review as it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. And Taylor will look to wrap up the inning. Hits softly to third. Madera. Good play, and that will retire the side. Rocket City will come up empty in the 8th. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left. We'll head to the 9th, 5-0 Rocket City. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. of the series. This is another guy who is a top 30 prospect in the Angels organization. He started the year in the rotation. Things really weren't working out, so they're trying to transition him to the bullpen, and it's been met with mixed results, but he's kept a very positive attitude throughout this entire transition, and he's hoping to take a step forward here tonight. 8-9-1 hitters due up: Howard, Madera, and Ramirez. First pitch is swung through and missed. It's 0-1. Chris Harris is headed down below to talk to a winning Trash Panda, assuming Rocket City can wrap things up here. Howard 0 of 3, a fly out to right, 2 strikeouts, both of them swinging. And it's 0-2 on the right-handed hitter. There's a look at Bryce. Osmond 2-2, an 8.19 ERA. 19th appearance to go along with 8 starts. 1 of 1 in saves, 48 in the third innings, 56 hits, 44 runs, all of them earned. He's allowed 14 homers. That's been one of his big downfalls. 1-hit batsman, 24 walks, and 50 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .279 against him. And just getting a piece of it was Howard to stay alive. Like I said, he started the year in the rotation. He's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was actually coming through pretty strong in the Angels organization. Then he suffered a devastating elbow injury that kept him out all of 2024 and most of 2025. Shallow center. Sauntering in is Rowdy Rodriguez. 1 away. Howard now 0 for 4. And Alex Madera will step in. Madera 2 of 3, a single, a double, and a flyout to left. Oh boy, that was according to the computer, that was a strike, but it was called low by Rafael Pineda. 1-0. Again, we don't have ABS here at the AA level. Hopefully that is something that'll change in future years as Osmond gets ready. 2-0 the count. By the way, on the radio side, coming up, we'll have the Northrop Grumman post-game show, and for those of you on Angels TV, we'll see you again on August the 6th when Birmingham, the White Sox affiliate, comes a-calling. That'll be a 4:30 Pacific start. And it goes to 2-1 on the left-handed hitter. And of course, those of you on Wade TV will be back at it tomorrow, 4 o'clock airtime, 4:05 first pitch for the series finale. Playing up at third is Monroe. And it's going to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let's see if Rocket City can keep the shutout. I know we've had more than one shutout this season. Let's see. Actually, we had 2 shutouts over 3 days against Chattanooga. That was on the 22nd and 24th of May. We had another shutout against these guys as the pitch is fought off. It's going to remain at 2-2. That was back on April the 29th. So this would be the 4th shutout if Rocket City can complete it. Osmond, 2-2. That was close, but that one was off the plate inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Osmond, a 4-pitch pitcher, fastball, cutter, slider, and changeup. Angels picked him up in the 15th round of the 22 draft. It's out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Chopped foul pass first as Bartolero can't flag it down. Going to remain at 3-2 while we have a moment. Let's give our stations a chance to identify themselves. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live. Bartolero chases down the loose ball and will jog back to his position. By the way, for those of you watching on Angels TV, that's one difference we have compared to the major league level. We don't have ball boys or ball girls down each respective foul line. As that is skied into left, coming in and toward the line is Flint. He'll make the squeeze for out number 2. So anytime there's a foul ball, either the corner infielder or corner outfielder has to chase it down and flip it into the stands. It's just a rite of passage here at the minor league level. So 2 away, and the last chance for the Smokies is going to be Alex Ramirez. Ramirez 1 for 4, 2 flyouts to center, a single, and a strikeout swinging. And it's 1-0 to him. With a win, Rocket City going to up its record to 48-46 on the season, 13-13 for the second half. Meanwhile, the Smokies will drop to 51-44 overall. They'll also be 13-13 for half number 2. And Osmond down to the count, 2 balls and no strikes. But one thing you like to see is everything he's tossed tonight has been low. One of his problems is elevating his pitches. And that's why he's given up those 14 home runs on the season. Now one skied into left center. This should do it. Over to his right is Rowdy. He's there. He's got it, and that'll be a winner for Rocket City. Nice job by Bryce Osmond as he comes in, retires the side 1-2-3 in the 9th inning. 1 inning, all zeros for him. By the way, the final line on Evan Taylor for the Smokies, a scoreless 8th inning, 1 hit, no walks, and no strikeouts. Chris Harris will be meeting with a winning Trash Panda here in just a moment. We'll go ahead and give you the totals for Knoxville, and this is really amazing. No runs despite 10 hits tonight. They actually out-hit Rocket City 10-9. No runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 men on base. Meanwhile, for Rocket City, 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the Trash Pandas. Rocket City left 4. Nate Sneed gets the start and the win for Rocket City. 5 shutout innings, 6 hits, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. He is 3-5. Brooks Capel, the loss for Knoxville. He's 3-3. 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned for him. No walks and 4 punch-outs, no save. And the time of game was 2 hours and 25 minutes. Played in front of 5,243 fans. Chris down on the field. Jake Monroe is going to be his post-game guest. So we'll go to TV. For those of you on radio, we'll be back with the Northrop Grumman post-game show. This is Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live.
All right, thanks, Ben. Here with Jake
Chris,
Monroe. A couple of hits for you tonight, including your 2nd home run in as many nights. You're really finding your way at the plate.
Yeah, I am. I'm just keep trusting the process. I think it was over a month since my last home run. I always tell myself they come in bunches, and today's another example of that.
Yesterday it was in the 4th inning. Today it was in the 4th inning. Something about the 4th inning for you. Is that chilly?
Yeah, that was cold. I don't know. I think I just like 4th innings now going forward. So let's just keep hitting in the 4th.
All right, today, big win for the Trash Pandas. How about the pitching staff? Nate Steed, 5 shutout innings, and the bullpen did what they usually do.
Yeah, they do a great job every night. We just try to back them up as best as possible, knowing they're going to go out there and give us their best stuff.
It's your first month here in Rocket City. What do you think about Trash Panda Nation?
I love it here. It's awesome.
Give it up, folks. Our Trash Panda of the game, Jake Monroe. A homer, a single. He finished 2 for 4. Trash Pandas win it 5-0. Back in a tie for first place in the North Division. Thanks, Jake.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, let's watch some fireworks.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. For those of you on Angels TV and Way More Television, have a great night. We'll see you next time. Again, Rocket City a winner on this winning night by the final of 5-0. For Chris Harris and for Daniel Williams and for everyone with Rocket City Trash Pandas, this is Josh Carey saying so long, everybody. This has been Trash Panda Baseball on the Trash Pandas Broadcast Network and Valley Sports Live.